Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you can solve this puzzle, you are at least a 1000 rated player. So we are continuing in our series. This is puzzle number 4. It is white to play. Pause the video now. As always, I want these puzzle videos to be educational and instructive. I chose this puzzle for two reasons. Number one, it piggybacks off of and continues from the previous video in the series, puzzle number 3, which had a clearance sacrifice, but also a secondary theme to the puzzle, which is actually the main theme of this puzzle, and it's called Zwischenzug, which I guess is the official name of this tactical category, which is a German word. And I was kind of laughing in responding to somebody in the comments section from the previous video about how hard it is for English speaking people to say these German chess terms that start with a Z, like Zugzwang and Zwischenzug. Hope I didn't butcher those too bad. So obviously the second reason I chose this puzzle is because I wanted to go in alphabetical order and knock out two chess terms that start with a Z. Okay, so it can also be called intermezzo, which is Italian, or an intermediate move, but all these terms mean the same thing, and I want you to think in between. So these in between moves are unexpected moves that you throw in that pose a threat that your opponent immediately has to respond to. So basically, instead of making the obvious move, you throw in an intermezzo move, your opponent reacts, and then you make the obvious move. So these can happen in between recaptures during an exchange. So, for example, your opponent captures your bishop with their knight, and instead of making the obvious recapture of their knight, you throw in a check, or you fork two other pieces, or you make some move they have to deal with, and then you recapture their knight. The intermediate move could be between tactical combinations as well, as you will see in this puzzle. This tactic is one of the most powerful in all of chess because, by definition, it is unexpected. So your opponent doesn't see it coming, or they haven't calculated this possibility. So you have that element of surprise, and you can win material, gain a valuable tempo, etc. Now, normally when you hear the word greed in chess, that's not a good thing. You don't want to be greedy, go after a bunch of pawns in the opening when you haven't developed your pieces, poison pawns that you shouldn't take. However, in this case,
greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
greed is good indeed. I see a free pawn in the exchange that we can take advantage of. We are going to play the clever move, knight e6 brilliancy. Wow. Okay, so the two queens are staring at each other. So obviously black can't recapture that, or they're going to lose their queen. There aren't a whole lot of squares for the black queen to go to if black wants to keep the queen on the board. If they do go to one of those squares, then we're just going to win the exchange. And you might say, well, what's the deal? They'll just take our queen, we take. They take our knight, they're up a knight, and we have disgusting double pawns that we know are bad. However, black takes our queen. Here is the intermezzo. The normal obvious recapture is to take the queen. However, we throw in the in-between move, knight takes f8 check, right? And now the rook has to take the knight. Now we make the obvious recapture, and we're up the exchange, and we have control of the f file. And this is like plus 4.5. So completely crushing here. And all that happened because we saw an opportunity to throw in an in-between move before we make the obvious recapture. So Zwischenzug, very, very powerful tactic in chess. Hey, thanks for watching. If you think these videos are helpful and you would like me to continue posting them, please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.